Because when you date a single mom, you take on the baggage that she brings to the relationship. The ex-boyfriend, the ex-husband. You're never number one on the list. You're always at the bottom of the totem pole behind the kid, the ex-husband, the ex-boyfriend, the father of my son. I love that phrase. The father of my daughter, the father of my son. And you are down there somewhere at the bottom.
Okay, now let's get Jim. What do you think about this?
Like Jim,
what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think?
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
I agree with absolutely everything you've said about single moms, and from long experience.
All right, let's
everything
go to
you say is absolutely
Jamie's
true.
on the phone.
You slept with them and made a child with them. It's your judgment that had those dads getting into that position in the first place. All these women complaining about deadbeat dads. Why did you make kids with these guys, for God's sake? A caller called my show one day and said that he was paying child support for a child that wasn't his. I said, how do you know? Did you take a DNA test? He says, no, I know for a fact I'm not the father. I started dating this woman. She already had the kid. And when we split up, the judge came to me and said, well, you bonded with the kid. You were there for Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays and what have you. So now you have to pay child support. So any guy in Washington State currently dating a single mom could end up paying child support for some other guy's kids.
So
it's
aren't
not
there
fair.
other ways to try to change this law instead of discouraging these women from, being able to date?
I'm not discouraging women from dating.
I had to learn, so you remember when Kevin Samuels was really popular, and people would say, don't date single mothers or just whatever. But I had to learn and just be real with myself, because at first I thought I was just the #1 draft pick. You can't tell me and I had dated, or I was talking to this Nigerian guy, and he was just to be honest, men in Nigeria don't date single moms unless the husband's dead. And that had kind of offended me at first. And then that's okay. I get that. And now, after just being real and thinking of schedule and just there is somebody who would have to come before whatever man that I'm with, at least, now while she's still young, that it's just damn, I get it.
Yeah.
Fellas, do not date a single mother. You won't be her first. You won't be her focus. But you'll still pay like you are. Her life's already full. You're not building a family. You're inheriting one. You'll pay bills, do the work, and raise another man's blood while her ex lingers. That's not fatherhood. It's an emotional slavery with a smile. Okay? Why would you want to sit around and not have a connection with children that look like you, inherit your DNA, your personality? This fucking child has nothing to do with you, not connected at all in any kind of way. All the children I have, I made with women that had no children until I showed up. I have a connection with my sons. We're one and the same. It's different hanging out with them. When we talk, I can feel it. They look like me. They act like me. The connection is real. Same with my daughters. Yeah, I'm a real father. I'm not inheriting shit. Are you fucking crazy? That's his problem. Why the fuck? Think about that. You want to inherit a family? Why don't you go make your own family, bro? Make your own family, dog.
Niggas love single moms. Niggas love a good baby mama.
Well, if that's the case, and I'm not trying to be that guy, this might sound a little bit cruel, but if that's the case, then why are you a single mom? If guys like single moms so much, then why are there so many single moms? Wouldn't there be no single moms? Unless your argument is that these single moms are just rejecting all of these high-value guys because they want to be single moms. If men like single moms so much, there wouldn't be any single moms.
And I don't know where we started this sentiment that men don't like women with children when I've never seen a single mom struggle to get a man or keep one. This whole idea that having children devalues you or doesn't make you a hot commodity or doesn't make you desirable or someone's first pick is a lie. It's the same thing with older women. Niggas love older women and they love single moms.
I mean, let's just be real here. If I had a guy and there was a woman, the exact same woman replicated, and I showed him 2 pictures, and that woman, the exact same woman that he loves, was by herself versus that same woman that had 3 kids, nobody's going to pick the woman that has kids. Every man is going to pick the woman that doesn't have kids. Unless he's a man that already has kids. I do understand now having a kid that there are certain aspects of having one that you want somebody else that might understand certain parts of that process. So I would get it then. But that's for men who already have kids. When it comes to single men that want to start their own families, most of them aren't ecstatic about having a woman that has kids already. When they're talking to their friends about you for the first time, there's a but. They're saying all these great things, and then there's a but she has a kid. And this is what happens when people have an illusion of so many options due to social media. And I want to be clear about this. Usually when it comes to single moms and older women, dudes are targeting those women because they think that they are easier. And I'm not even saying this to be cruel. I'm really saying this so that you understand that you got to practice more discernment when you're in a vulnerable situation like that, because there are going to be a lot of guys that come and tell you sweet nothings so that they can beat your back down and eat your kids' fruit snacks. That's just something you got to know. And you have to practice better discernment, especially if you're in one of these vulnerable situations, because you have a kid around now. So you can't just have a bunch of dudes around that's telling you sweet nothings when you got this kid around. You got to be very careful about that. And I'm here to tell you right now, most dudes, when they're going after single moms and when they're going after older women, is because they think that they're easier. You can't let social media mess your brain up. You got to live in reality.
Niggas might love single moms more than they like an independent woman who has her everything together. Because a man can easily find where he fits in the lifestyle or the life of a single mom. You know, nobody wants to raise children alone. It's not desirable. Women who become single moms don't set out to be single moms, at least the ones that I know. I'm not saying that there aren't some single moms that are crazy, that are reckless, that are out there who don't prioritize being a parent. I'm just saying this narrative for all single moms needs to be discarded.
No, I'd say that most of the time you're having sex outside of marriage and you're doing it with the person that probably doesn't like you, and you're doing it because you like them. And historically speaking, the rule was set into place that a man had to marry you to prove that he liked you before he could get that thing. But now, since women are just giving it out, dudes are taking it. And now you got so many people having kids with people that they don't even like that you end up in situations like this. And you see the statistics for this stuff starting to rise. It's skyrocketing. So no, it usually comes from women dealing with men that they don't actually have any commitment from. And then when that inconsistent man gets you pregnant because you're doing the thing that makes babies, and he continues to be inconsistent by leaving that kid's life, you act surprised as if you didn't know he was already an inconsistent man. Like, we have to kill this narrative. That's why you're supposed to wed before you bed. These are the things that worked all throughout history, and now over the past 70 years, we said we should just do a free-for-all, and it's just not been working.
It's simply not true. Just how they try to prove to you, oh, a woman past 30, over 30, it's all a bunch of lies. It's all things literally to make you feel insecure as a woman so that you have to settle for the bottom of the barrel. You can only take scrapings. It's literally a conditioning of your mind to make women think that you're not as desirable as you age and you're not as desirable with kids, so you might as well pick me. It's literally so niggas can get you. It's so that you will lower their standard to be with them. Because by telling you that you're not a top priority or you're not the number one pick, it's all a bunch of baloney. You've always been a top pick. You will always continue to be a top pick. And anything else that they're telling you is a bunch of lies, is a bunch of baloney, and it's not true. So that's my 2 cents. They're lying to you.
So yeah, this is coping. This is peak coping, but she's spreading this virus to other women via social media. And I guess, you know, it's cope because she already has a kid, and everybody has to believe in something, right? Let me know in the comments below if this video is a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's out, brother. I'll special, hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.